It's just a quick question about follow-up. I run into very often, and I'm sure many people do. A seller will tell me, I'm really looking to sell. Give me a call in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then you call them and he say, he doesn't answer, or he shoots you a text, I can't talk now. And then
Yeah.
you call again. Like, where do you draw the line? Or being too
Well,
pushy and
no, no, no,
aggressive,
no.
but he actually did
Listen,
tell you he wants to sell.
but here's the thing you have to understand as someone who's trying to build your business and understand the nuances behind everything that you're talking about. They tell every agent, call me in 2 weeks or in 6 months or in 2 months or whatever, and that's their mechanism to get you out of there. It works so well because most agents do not call back. And so they literally have no interest at all to do anything. They're just trying to get you as the agent. They're just trying to tell you whatever they can tell you, whatever they think you want to hear to get you out of there. Um, and and they know that most agents go away and never try to call them back or whatever. So it works like a charm for these sellers. They know what to say. So what you must do as now let okay, let's transform you, right? Let's metamorphose you from amateur, right? Pre-Ricky to professional, post-Ricky. And that's this. When they tell, anytime anybody tells me that they want to buy or sell, I don't care if it's 2 weeks, 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, tomorrow, or buy anything, whatever. You want to do something anytime. My next question is why? Oh, you want to sell in 2 weeks? Well, let me ask you something. What's going on in your life in 2 weeks that's causing you to tell me at this point, at this juncture, that you're going to sell in 2 weeks? What's happening over the next 2 weeks?
I feel,
I'm
isn't that a
I,
little pushy, like a little personal?
that no, 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 no. It's not personal. It's professional. See, I was telling this at the beginning. I don't know if you were here or not.
I was.
Customers can easily detect an amateur versus a professional based on the questions they ask. When you just go away like a little butterfly, okay, when you do that, they know you're an amateur and you're either not going to call back or they'll see your number on the caller ID and not answer
Mm.
because it's like, okay, I'll call you back in 2 weeks. Why am I calling you back in 2 weeks? I don't even know what we're doing here. And as a professional, I have to understand what we're doing here. See what I'm saying?
I hear you. Mhm.
Okay. So when they say they want to call me back in 2 weeks, I'm going to sell in exactly 2 weeks. What are you going to say?
I'm gonna say, oh, hey, what's going on in 2 weeks? Mhm.
Exactly. Why would you sell it? Why would you sell in 2 weeks? Like what's going, why? Let me ask you this. If I got you an offer in 2 to 3 weeks from now, why would you accept it? If I got you an offer getting you exactly what you wanted, why would you accept the offer? Why would you sell this amazing property? And see what happens is you either realize that they're blowing smoke, right? Real quickly, as soon as you ask that, their response will tell you if they're blowing smoke, if they were just trying to get you off the phone, they have no intentions of doing anything in 2 weeks, or if there's actually a legit reason behind them telling you that and they actually are motivated to do something in 2 weeks. You're going to find out one way or another. And bro, you have to know that, right? This is your job. This is what we do. How can you even create a follow-up process for that prospect without knowing the answers to those questions?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. But let me finish because I wanted to just touch on this because a lot of agents feel this way about the pushiness part. No, 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 no. When you start asking those questions, they start to realize, wow, this is a professional who cares about me. When you don't ask the questions, they say, this is an amateur that doesn't know what they're doing, and I'm never going to answer their phone ever again.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that directed to you. I'm saying that for the entire industry because this is a big problem. We don't ask the questions we need to ask because we're scared to ask them when in fact they're the exact questions that makes our prospects realize how good we are at our job. Hope that helps, bro.
That helps. Thank you very much.
Good.
I I I definitely on this year I want to go be a straight shooter when I'm speaking to sellers. I don't want to be beating around the bush. I just want them to know that I want to meet with them and I can help them get their property sold.
Okay.
What's your feedback on that?
Why do you want to meet with them? Why are you so focused on meeting with them?
I want to meet with them to be able to help them sell their home.
Right, but maybe meeting with them is not the next step. Maybe they aren't ready to sell right this second. So then what?
Okay, if I guess I'm calling a for sale by owner.
It doesn't matter.
It
Sometimes for
doesn't
sale
matter.
by,
Mhm.
yeah, for sale by owners, I mean, listen, guys, just because someone has a property for sale doesn't mean they actually care about selling it. See, what we do as agents is we think if we have a listing, then we have to try to sell it. When in fact, some of these sellers don't really care if it sells or not. Um, the for sale by owners, they're just putting it out there to see what happens. And honestly, a lot of these for sale by owners are less motivated because if you were that motivated, you probably hire an agent. It kind of shows a level of motivation. Not to say all for sale by owners aren't actually trying to sell, but there's a good percentage of them that aren't really that motivated, right? So like you can't treat every prospect exactly the same because everyone has a different story, reason why they're selling, reason why they're buying. See, that's what you have to tap into. So instead of you focusing on, I need to meet with this seller, you need to be focused on, I need to try to connect with this seller who also might buy to try to figure out exactly what they're trying to do and why they're trying to do it so that I can help them do it. Until you know those answers, you don't know what the next step is. The next step might be to meet with them, it might not be to meet with them. So you're jumping ahead and trying to say, here's what the result needs to be, here's the outcome, without even understanding why we're even trying to get that outcome.
Got it.
See,
So that gave me a lot of perspective. So it's not about just meeting with them, it's finding out what it is that they want to do.
yes. See, until you know that, we don't know what the next step is. You're trying to bake in the next step into your process before we even know if that is even going to be the next step or if even that is a necessary part of the process at this point in the game.
Fair enough.
See, the number one objective of lead gen is to create a conversation with the right prospects. The number one objective of prospecting is not to set an appointment or set a meeting or it's one thing to connect with the prospect, get them to open up to you about what it is they want to do and why they want to do it so that you can at that point create a plan to help them do it. And you don't care what it is. You don't care if it's that they want to buy or sell something today, in 6 months, a year from now. And like notice I said buy, sell, or buy. A lot of us are so um we're so washed with the mainstream terminology behind real estate coaching and brokerage and how to sell real estate, etc., that we feel like our main objective with an expired or for sale by owner is to set an appointment to get the listing. When in fact, the number one thing should be, what are you trying to do? Most of my expires that I represented were buyers. Like I represented more expireds who bought properties from me before they sold than I did people that relisted their property with me. And so I was focused on lifelong relationships with these people to help them do whatever it is they're trying to do. So now I'm open-minded to the other avenues that they might be interested in versus just listing this property. And if you just go after the listing, then that could chase prospects away because that's in fact not even what they're mostly interested in. They're mostly interested in buying this thing over here, but because you were so ingrained with the mainstream coaching methodology of trying to set the appointment and get the listing, you lost them. They're like, what's going on here? I want to buy something, and they're not even hearing what I'm saying.
So that leads me to like the next question. So what would be how how do you just start asking them what it is that they want to do? You just ask them like that.
Yep. So, like, what kind of prospect are we talking about?
And expired.
Okay. So, when the expired, what I want to know from the expired is, hey, I see you were trying to sell this house. I can't tell if it's on the market, off the market, or what's going on with it. Like, what's happening? Like, tell me what's going on. What's up with the property? Because, like, honestly, if you see an expired, like, they could have extended it with their agent, and the agent could have clicked the button to extend it while you were like, while the phone was ringing. Like, you have no idea. Like, it's back on the market now while you're talking to the person. Or they could be like in talks or docu signed a contract. Like, we don't know. And so it's like we're just trying to step one, like the first thing I got to know is what's going on with the property. Is it for sale? Is it not for sale? Is it off the market? And then it's like, okay, once I evaluate that and kind of decide like which way this is going, now I'm trying to figure out what their next move is. If they're relisting with the agent, then that's it. I'm dead in the water, right? Code of ethics. I can't even really tread any further down that road. But if it's not relisted, now I can start to get into, okay, well, what is it? What are you going to do next? Why do you think it didn't sell? What happened? And I'm listening to them, and then I'm creating out of whatever they tell me, I'm creating three more questions out of that because instead of listening to the voices in my head about what I'm going to say next and if this deal is going to happen and all that stuff, and when I do that, when I have all that interior dialogue, it's blocking my ability to actually listen to them deep enough to create more curiosity, which creates more questions that I need to be asking. And that's what professionals do, right? They ask more questions. And they ask the hard questions that to professionals aren't hard, but to amateurs they are. And so customers can spot an amateur versus a professional a mile away, and we don't even realize it because we're an amateur. We don't even know the questions we should be asking, but I promise you this, it's the exact same questions that you would ask your mother if she were selling.
And same with a FSBO. Are you
Yeah.
serious about selling this property?
Well, is it still for sale? How's it been going? How many showings? By the way, why are you trying to sell this house? Where are you moving to? Right? Can I help you with you buying your next house? I mean, if you want to hire me to list your property at some point, great. But I'm more focused on what you actually want to do and what I can do to help you today. Right? So where are you moving? Do you already have that home? Do you have an agent you're working with there? You're just trying to dig, 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 dig. We don't know what the next step is. You're trying to pre-place what the next step in the process is before we even know where we're going. It's kind of like hopping in a car and saying, we're going to go to this town, right? For no reason. Wait a minute, why are we going there? Oh, wait, 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 wait. We want to go to the movies tonight? Well, the movies aren't in that town. The movies are in this town over here. See what I'm saying? So we need to know why. Why are we going somewhere tonight? Well, we're going to the movies. Oh, okay. Well, because we're going to the movies, then we got to go to this town. We got to go this direction. But what you're doing is you're walking into a cold call or a prospect and you're saying, we're going to go to this town over here without even knowing that we're going to the movies or we're going out to dinner. We want to eat fish. We want to eat steak. We don't even know what we're doing, why we're doing it. Hope that helps.
A lot. Thank you.
All right. I'll do two more. Go ahead, Robert.
Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, so quick question. I'm taking your approach that we talked about last week. When it comes to for sale by owners, because I work full time. So you told me to hit the for sales by owners hard and then set appointments in the evenings. What is the philosophy of hitting the for sales by owners? Because they want to sell themselves. So how
Mhm.
like do I act like I have a buyer that want to see it, but I want to
No,
see it first?
no, no. Why? I don't know. Again, I don't know what the next step is. I don't know if I need to see it next. I don't know because I haven't asked them all the questions, right? So it's like, okay, how's it going? How long you been trying to sell it? Any hits, any offers? You had a bunch of activity, etc. By the way, why this looks on Zillow like an amazing house. Why in the world would you sell this beautiful place? Right now, you're heading in the right direction. I want to understand why they're trying to sell this home. And when they give me a response, I'm going to create three more questions out of their response to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And really, what I want to understand is A, why they're selling it, right? How motivated they are around selling it. And if they have an agent that they would work with if they in fact decided at some point to list the property. I'm trying to understand all of that within that conversation there. And I really want to understand if there's an opportunity to represent them as a buyer. right? What are they
To
looking to buy
represent them
next?
as a buyer.
Yes,
Oh, to buy their next property, not
that's
necessarily
all
to sell. Okay, okay,
that's
okay.
all I'm really concerned with, right? Is there an opportunity? Is this a buyer? Is this a legit buyer lead? I look at for sell by owners as buyer leads. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I'm just looking at them as buyer leads, I'm not I'm not laser focused. I'm not blinded by, I'm not totally zoned in. See, what agents do, and this will help you guys in your calls today, you have this singular result that you're shooting for, whether it's to set an appointment, whether it's to list the for sale by owner or the expired, whether it's even to go to get the email address at the end of the call, like I teach. We have our blinders on and we just focus on that singular result. And what we do is we can't even see all these other opportunities in the within the conversation because we're so focused on this one thing. You have to be just completely open-minded to all possibilities, and your brain's got to be working. You got to get them wheels cranking in your mind as the conversation's unfolding, as you're realizing different opportunities that are popping up within the conversation, right? So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what they're trying to do and why, if they know an agent, where they're looking to move to, if I can help them there, and then, yeah, I'd love to come see the property, but I gotta, that's kind of like an afterthought for me, you know. Hopefully that helps, brother.
yes, sir. It did. Thank you, Ricky.
Good deal. All right, I'm gonna do one. Let's see how this question goes. If it's a great one, I may end it there. You got to end on a high note. What's up, Nancy?
Hey Ricky, good to see you again. I haven't seen you in about 8 years. So this
Oh,
is
yeah, I recognize your name. Good to see you.
good to see you too. Hey, you used to recommend a landing page. The landing page I have is sometimes warning people that their information's being tracked, and so people don't click on it. Um,
Do
do you
what?
have a so I use the paperless agent as a landing page
Okay.
for prospects. Um, I'm I'm wondering if you have a landing page that you would recommend.
For what's the purpose of the landing page?
Um, Lead gen, I guess contact information.
But where are you sending? Where are you giving them? Where can they click on the link? On social media and your email or what?
Yeah, I put it in the email. I was going to use zero to
Okay.
diamond.
Okay. Okay. But if it's in your email, it's set up for lead gen to get their information.
I guess I already have it, don't I?
Yeah, I mean, you already have their
Yeah.
info. If you're sending them an email, you don't have to do anything to capture them. You already got them.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just focus on the email should just be focused on just bringing value, 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 closed sales, new listings, pendings, stats, new restaurants, developments happening, subdivisions coming up, schools being built, interest rates, new construction opportunities, like it should just be just straight value, value, value. You've already gotten them.
Okay.
I don't use landing pages anywhere um because like think about it like this, guys. The landing pages, are designed to collect data, and then what do you do with the data? What do you do with the data, guys? You pick up a phone, pick up this little contraption right here, Alexander Graham Bell, and you give them a old ringle jingle on that jingle bingle. And so if that's the case, if I'm trying to collect data to then call people, when in fact I could just actually collect the exact person's data that I want for a penny on RedX and then just call them, you know, just and then put them into my weekly email database because RedX gives you the emails. It kind of eliminates the whole purpose of a landing page, to be honest with you. I mean, all right, that was a good one. Let's see. Oh, I got a bunch of hands. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna do Annie and then we'll get into some calls. Annie, go.
Okay, so on the Facebook, I mean, on the Redex, when we're able to do the actual, um, like to advertise. And so, what would you do there? Because those are the ones that we're going to be captured. Like yesterday, I went in and I was trying to do the ones that we have through Redex, right, to advertise to them, to capture them. And I was actually doing a landing page there. So,
Hmm.
don't do that, right? Do I just, is it, I
No,
know the
no,
last
no,
time.
no, no. You can do whatever you want to do. The purpose of the ads on, through Ad Builder that go directly to the property owners on Redx, Ad Builder allows you to create social media ads and you can run them directly to the property owners in your Redx database. The purpose of that for me, I don't care if they click on anything or not. I just want them to see me every single day. That
Gotcha.
way, when they decide that, or when I call them or leave a message, or they see my signs around town, they're like, "Dang, there's Ricky again. He's on my phone. He's on. There's a sign. He left me a voicemail, or he's calling me." I'm just trying to build my brand, and a lot of marketers will say, that whole build your brand thing is, not a good idea. You should always have this call to action that goes to this thing, that goes to this thing, or whatever. But I'm a little unconventional. Um, um, it's funny because I play a very short and long game at the same time. You're muted. You're muted.
I try to make it complicated, but I love the fact that you always like, no, it's simpler than what we
Just
imagine it to be.
just send them to like a page where they can email you, like a contact me page, or that has your phone number and like an email, and just put like in the thing, put like message me here or whatever, click here, and
Gotcha.
like contact me today, and then the button, because one of the buttons can be message me or something like, or contact us.
Contact
So
us,
you could put
yes.
contact, and then just they click on contact us, and like there you are, and like have your face right there like this, and then it's like email me in this box. Here's my phone number, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Perfect. Yeah, that
Mhm.
makes sense. I didn't send it yesterday, but I'm gonna finish it today. I'm actually heading to the office now,
But you
so
can
I
play
can join
around
you.
with like if you want,
Mhm.
like I'm not saying don't like test out different landing pages that do different things or whatever. I'm just
Mhm.
saying like you're right, keeping it as simple as possible because all the mental capacity you took up to try to figure this thing out took a lot of time away from other people that you could have served. And we got to be really careful with this precious time that we spend on things like this. And if there's a way we can get out of these type of situations with a very simple answer, the better, because we can expand our influence a lot faster.
Got it. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. I really appreciate you, Ricky. Thank
Hmm.
you.
No, my pleasure.